Ken, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm alive and well.
You know, I wish one point in time over the course of this season, everyone will turn on their camera. I want to be able to take a fantastic photo with everyone showing their pretty faces. Hey, Joe, what's up, man? You look good, man. You look good. Oh, look at there, Mr. Thomas. Nice to see you today. Miguel, long time no see. Chris, yeah, look at all these. This is beautiful. I love seeing all y'all. This is fantastic. Oh, somebody wants to say something, huh? Who's going to say something? Hey, what's the chat saying so far? Anybody? COVID laziness. Oh, no, Chris, no. Go ahead and get after it here, guys. A lot happened these past few days, these last couple of weeks. So appreciate everyone staying positive. Appreciate everyone trying to do what they can to help yourself and the rest of the chapter. So keep up the good work. It is certainly being noticed. Make sure you put yourself on mute, please. Put yourself on mute, please. Okay. Mechanics and rules today. We're going to get pretty heavy. What's up, David Smith? Nice to see you today. Those lamb chops are looking awesome. Today, we're going to get into the scrimmage this past week, so varsity assignments and the huddle review. First and foremost, though, we do have fam, Phil and Naya. His mom passed away a couple weeks ago. She was laid to rest this morning at Fort Sam National Cemetery. Beautiful ceremony this morning. She's loving. I've only met her a couple times, and I've always found her to be loving, caring. She always had a smile. She loved Phil and the other children, the daughters, but she really loved her grandchildren. May she rest in peace, Stella. Brother Phil and the rest of the Anaya family, we love you. So show a little love to Phil. He needs it. He actually internalized a lot of it, so we just got to show him that we're here for him. And whenever he's ready to talk, we'll just let him talk. Okay, Saturday. We had our scrimmage. I was pleased. I was pleased with what I saw. I think for the most part, the gunslingers were too. Matt, mute, bud. Nice to see you, but turn your camera on. Pleased with what we saw. You were able to receive some immediate feedback to incorporate into your next play. And that's what we asked for, and you did it. We didn't get a lot of excuses. We had the gunslingers that really wanted to work with you. So nice job for the young guns in attendance. We enjoyed working with you, and we look forward to seeing you get better as the year progresses. Next comment, something to put in your mind. You have comments or feedback, if you'd like it or not. We have the opportunity to do another scrimmage in October when the SAISD schools come online. They've pushed their schedules up a week. They felt that COVID isn't so bad for their students. So everything's about to get jacked up again. So be ready for another jack up session with SAISD moving schedules up a week. Okay? So if you want another scrimmage, us as gunslingers would like to be able to do it. Just let me know, yay or nay. Either one, we're flexible to be able to do that. As my wife looks at me funny saying, how dare I say something like that? Well, the district feels more confident about COVID. Okay, so varsity assignments. As we know, it's changing daily. Stay flexible. The more flexible you are, the better off you're going to be, and the board and the signers are noticing who's the one stepping up to do what they need to do. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay flexible, stay available. Hello. Let's jump into it. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing this. Tonight's review, we've got a decent amount of plays. We're gonna have CJ Johnson's crew from last Friday. We're gonna have Ken Brown's crew from 2 Fridays ago. And then we've got one to review for targeting or other. This one will open it up and you guys can provide your feedback of what you think the penalty is. Okay, we're gonna go right to targeting or other. Let it play from 3 views. It is in the Young Guns folder if you'd like to play along. You can find it under Young Gun folder with targeting, question mark, maybe even a 3rd question mark. So we'll let everybody get a chance. Okay, based on that probably delayed video that you have on your side, what is it? Targeting, other, no call. Comments? Feedback? Pound sand? I'll go to this angle here. We'll start back this way. Make sure we got our keys correct. First of all, we'll start with the line of scrimmage. Looks like all the linemen are on the line. Tight end over here. This is play 33, so this is the line judge at the top of the screen, F being at the top and the back. Head linesman down at the bottom with the S over here, deep corner, deep right corner. Balance formation. Back judge is always going to line judge side. Doesn't matter. Okay. So back judge is on the tight end. Field judge is out at the top. H is here. S is here. L is right here with the running back. All righty, here we go. I'm gonna do it even a little slower motion for you here. Maybe not. Now I'm ready. Is it a forward pass? Anybody nod yes or no? Is it a forward pass? Miguel, you want to give me a yes or no? Thank you, Miguel.
Yeah.
You got a forward pass. That's a good thing. So what happens if he drops it? It's incomplete. All right, let's move forward. So we still got it. Is the knee on the ground? Nope. Is the ball on the ground? Don't think so. Based on the way the official reacted, we can assume that it wasn't on the ground. What we really want to look for in this particular play is where this hand is. Can we agree that the hand is in the shoulder pad, or is the hand in the nameplate area? I know it might be tough to see for some of you, but it's back up in here, and you can start to see the shoulder pads starting to be pulled backwards. Based on where his neck is, head is, the shoulder pads, you can see it's starting to lean. The defender now is still pulling this guy down, pulling the guy backwards. So based on a hand placement and the momentum of the player being pulled backwards, what do you think you have? And then, of course, the ultimate icing on the cake, the guy now comes in high. Is it to the head or neck area? I don't know. The shoulder is faced down, potentially in the back of the helmet's going to hit the head. But why? Why did it hit the back? Why did the angle change for the defender hitting this receiver? What was the root cause of this? Anybody have a comment? Thought? No? Okay, keep going. So the guy's going backwards. It's hit high. Still going backwards. What I don't really care for is this little action right here. Like, yeah, I got you, dog. In front of the Medina Valley sideline. This is going to turn pretty ugly. What I'd love to have seen after this is seeing this deep wing come racing down the field. S, where are you at? Should be running right down here. Potential for some issues. And here's what I mean when I find the hand on the nameplate. Looking at it from this angle, see right. Here's his arm, here's his hand, it's extended, it's above the 1. He never lets go, pulls him backwards. So we have a horse collar. With potentially now a hit to the head or neck area. You have to know how you got here. You got to be able to see it. You can see the S. He's just kind of standing, kind of walking. I'm telling you guys, you want to work a deep wing and you want to work in a big ball game, you can't be hanging out back here, especially when it's outside the numbers on the sideline on the opposing bench. You got to get yourselves in here. And besides, you got ball mechanics. You got to get the ball into the umpire. Question? I hear somebody's got their mic on.
Eric, I have a comment.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to throw a question out there. Does being in the grass change the targeting? Can you bring both 913 and 914 into it?
Can.
I just want to throw that out there.
You can. I mean, and at this point, is he defenseless? I mean, this is just up for discussion. This is something that was brought to me. Do I have a definitive ruling? No. What do? What should happen is the H should have something, but the H doesn't have anything. But as the angle of the receiver does change when the guy starts to pull down on him. Had he been tackled around the waist or had he been tackled around the other parts of the body, he probably would have been taller. So you may not have the head and neck area hit. Go ahead, Thaddeus.
It makes me think, the play was kind of fast for the H. I mean, you could see him grab, right? He should have kind of caught the thing, but I think once he snaps and hits, I think the H kind of loses that horse collar, and now, of course, right, you still, and right, the S wouldn't have saw the horse collar, but he should have saw something else, but still should have been something.
Got to see something. I mean, targeting would have been supported. Horse collar would have been supported. You just got to step up. You got to see it. They don't want either of these in the game. So you just got to see it. You Okay, that didn't look good. What did I see? Talk to somebody else.
Hey, Eric, is this solely going to be the H that's catching this, or should the U be helping on this as well? Because I would imagine the hat is doing cleanup on the backside. So anything on that sideline would be the H and maybe supported by the U?
The U's got a lot of bodies to look through, I think.
No. The S should be coming up.
No doubt about it. I mean, Gabe, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and the U's, you know, it looks like he's still over in this area. Maybe he's watching this. I don't know. The video cuts away after that. So
That back judge can assist.
back judge can certainly give feedback of, hey, where was the contact with the left side of the body? The defender's left shoulder hit where? Did it hit him square in the chest and then rose, or as the defender was falling? The back judge certainly has some comments because he's wide open to be able to see something. Side judge may have some feedback as well. I mean, if you laid your flag down for a horse collar and the side judge then came in and said, hey, listen, I got him high to the head. Well, now you have options. Okay? Ryan, you on the phone? Murph, you wanted me to take a look at play 9.
Yes.
So tell me what you envisioned on play 9.
I thought we got enough for a first down, and I also saw my head linesman signaling stopping the clock. So I went with him and killed the clock because I thought I was first down.
Okay, so we know it's not a first down. You were behind
Correct.
the sticks. We were behind the sticks, right?
Right.
And your head linesman's got a good view of the sticks. And essentially, I mean, I did this in the first week. Fortunately, I had an injury at the same time, so it made it look like I was smart. But I did the same thing. I mean, after a second 2 sticks, I called a first down as well. So, I mean, it happens. But it should be less likely from the guy across the field looking at the sticks than the guy with his back to the sticks. So let's just go ahead and keep our focus up. This is play 9. So emotions are still running pretty high. Adrenaline might be pumping. Just got to, I mean, he does a nice job of slowing down. He's not in a real rush. He's looking at the play. I think at this point, I'd like to see a little more motion. I don't necessarily want to see him on the field so early. I think he's on the field too soon. I mean, right, he's still on the field. So I think you stay in the white the whole time for your protection and habit. Get into a good habit of staying in the white or off the field. And he comes up and he gets his spot and he squares up. I mean, in theory, he's doing okay, but stay off the field. A little more giddy up at the very end just to get to your spot. What'd you do after this, Murph? Did you realize it and you start whining again? What'd you do?
Actually, no, I didn't realize it. And I think the clock was running. I'm not real sure. I can't remember looking at the clock, see if it was stopped or running.
Okay, so this is a habit, wing officials. When you stop the clock, look at the clock. It's a very early habit to get yourself into. When you stop the clock, look at the clock. And if it keeps going, well, at least you have a baseline of where you need to go back to. Stop the clock, look at the clock. Stop the clock, look at the clock.
Hey, Eric, quick question. I'm trying to find it on Huddle so I can look at it without the unchoppy version through the Zoom.
Yeah.
I can't find where it is under Young Guns. Can you kind of go back, or can you show us where to find this, what you're looking at?
So 2020-21 season, Young
Got
Guns.
it?
Young Guns.
Okay.
The original targeting that we just talked about is right here. Targeting horse collar, question marks. And then we just started in here, reverse mechanics, Ryan Murphy reverse mechanics.
Okay.
You
Cool.
see in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Eric. I don't know. I'm not sure all your lists are shared to everybody.
Well, everybody should now have access to the Young Guns folder. I mean, I'm hoping, Maxwell, I thought had unleashed it all maybe the beginning of September. So if you don't have it, maybe shoot him a note saying I don't have access. But I thought he turned the spigot, graded. But I can share it.
Yeah, because I see like some of them, but not all the ones you have in there as well.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, same, because I try to look exactly what you went through, and I can't find most of this stuff. Under the game footage for Young Guns, I see scrimmage week, 3-1 principles, Chase DW plays, Poteet DH 817, but not some of the stuff that you're showing right now.
Okay, well, you got it now.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I only have 14 videos in the Young Guns, nothing recent.
Well, thank you for telling me. You got it now. I'll give everybody a second to get to their email. Where did all these marks come from? I didn't have these marks before. I got the
Yeah, I think I put marks on 17 if that's what you're looking at.
This is 9.
I just think it's easy when you put that mark in, you can draw your eyes on that particular event.
Ooh. Let's go back to this. Here you go, Thaddeus, right there. Those two guys are not within the 5 yards. We'll see what happens. That judge is looking down the line at the football, not necessarily looking at the other guys. Still not legal. Still not legal. This guy down here. Murphy, you guys talked about that yet?
No, we hadn't talked about it.
Okay. All right. So, short kick that ends up being, I guess, a kick that rolls pretty good. Side judge is here. Play 17. Nothing right there. Everybody's still pretty good. Side judge. Still there. At this point in time, guys, you only want to be we're kicking from the 40. You only need to come down to about the 45. You get down into the 40, you start getting sucked into the wash. Come down about 5 yards. This gives you an extra 5 yards to react, to start to break and get backwards. By this point, you should already be back at the 50. It's timing. I know it's repetitions and it's habit. But at this point, you're dead. You're flat-footed. Back judge is in pretty good spot. Back judge, if you could, maybe you turn around, turn your whole body around. And then forward progress goes to who? On a kickoff, goes to your line of scrimmage official. He's got spot. This is not what we want to do. We don't want S to get a spot. We want S to be back over here somewhere with the H coming up the field to be able to get the spot. Okay? We don't want to be in this position. And then here's the other issue. You haven't seen it yet. Watch the back judge. As soon as he gets to the 30, maybe the 32, he starts to look at the goal line. While players are being tackled, he's looking this way. He's looking towards the goal line. The U over here, he's doing a great job. He's looking straight where he needs to go. But the back judge, he can't help. And he continues looking that way for 4 yards, 5 yards. We can't be in that habit, guys. We got to keep our eyes on the field. We got to keep our eyes on the players in the area. It's the small things. It's the punch. It's the shiver. It's the headbutt. It's some of those small actions that everything can just flare out of control. The more eyes we got on the situation, the more communication we have, the better off we're going to prevent a flare-up. Did I miss anything, Ryan?
No.
Fourth
Hey,
and
Eric.
one?
Eric, got a question.
Yeah. Who's this?
It's Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, on kickoffs, I know they're supposed to line up within the 5 yards. Can they be at, let's say, the 3 yard line within the 5 yards on the kickoff instead of being on the line?
Yeah. Not more than 5.
But now they could be outside the 5 as long as their foot is on line, correct? On the 5.
1 foot has to be on the line.
Right. Yeah.
Not a hand.
Okay. I just want to.
Yeah. Not a hand. 1 foot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 4th and 1. Play 22 still in the first half. Eyes looking down the field. Murph did a nice job getting right to the line to gain. That's where we want to be. We want to be able to rule. We don't want to lean. We want to be right on the line. So good job getting there. When I mean leaning is we're leaning to the side because our feet aren't straddling the line to gain. Okay? Murph's feet are straddling the line. He's just leaning forward to get that action. Good job by the umpire to get in there. Good job. Way to signal first down. This is something that we don't necessarily want to see. Oops. Where are all the players? Football's in the middle of the field. We got a first down. So I don't know what's happening right here. But let's let the players separate, let their colors go their separate ways, and then you can turn around and deal with whatever you got. Okay? Let's try to avoid this as much as we can. One other thing for the referees in the room, Ron, Ken, anybody else? I'm looking at this, and we got to play up the middle. And the referee is moving forwards in a jog. Do we want that? I'm asking. I'm not in the referee training room. Do we want them moving forward like that on a first down up the middle?
Well, let me interject. Can you hear me, Eric?
Yeah, I can. Sure. Thanks, Ron.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You know, when you've got a play like this one that, you know, we've only got a few yards to gain, I'm not going to run up. You know, I'm going to kind of walk up a little bit. That way I can, you know, still observe everything in front of me. So, you know, if you've got a deeper play, you know, where a guy goes, you know, 7, 8, 9 yards or more, that's when you want to start jogging up, because that's where you're going to start messing with all these guys in front of you, because there's something going to go on. The play's already gone past them. That's where the potential is for those guys to, you know, do some extracurricular activity. But when you've got a play that, you know, goes 2 or 3 yards, there's really no reason to come up. You got your umpire there, and he's going to move on in and take over from there. And that's what I do.
I do the same thing, Ron. I just walk up unless something happens, and of course, you know, we got to go and intervene. But pretty much, I do the same thing.
Deep wings in the room. 4th and 1. Know your player situation. Play situation, not player. Play situation. He's 20 yards. High school football, aside from Johnny Manziel and some of these other quarterbacks out of Lake Travis and Westlake, what's the likelihood it's going to be a pass play?
Very good.
I don't think we need to be backing up, especially when the receiver is not making a real effort to get downfield. He's already posted up to block. This guy down here, okay, maybe, fine, I'll go through the motions. But the guy up top, this guy's straight up blocking. And it's 4th and 1, and you're backpedaling. Down in distance, play situation, know where you are. We've already scouted this team for a week. If anything, I'm holding my spot there at the 10, and then I'm already starting to work my way in here to do an accordion. And because we got almost all 22, we got 20 of the 22 guys right here in the middle, or right here in this area. I'm telling you, you guys, this is going to make you look good on the field with the accordion. It gives the presence that you want to be there. It gives the presence and the interpretation from the evaluators that you know what you're doing. ultimately, we're being graded. I can't stress enough. If you want to work bigger games, you want to work deeper in the playoffs, you want to do what you think you should do, these are the small things that will give you the opportunity to be there. Okay? Put yourself in the right position. Good job to get the first down. I mean, this was good. So I like how he stood still. He gave his first down. Well, wait a minute. He was moving when he gave it. I don't remember. Anyways. Yeah, he got still. That's good. That's good. That all looks good. It's just now a matter of cleaning up the smaller things. The clip guy got rocked. This is why we have the chains back. I mean, they're on the dotted line, so you really can't do much about it. Good job for getting the chains back to the dotted line, Murph. So, you know, at this point in time, you know, he's just flat-footed. But, you know, he's even got his head down right here. So maybe as wing officials, we have a conversation with our chain folks. Hey, wait till the play is over, clip it. Don't try to do this in the middle of a play, especially when we're on the short side. Well, actually, we're on the other side. We're on the other hash. But he doesn't even see this coming until it's too late. So, you know, line of scrimmage guys, remind your fellow officials here to keep their heads up until the play's over to make any changes. Now, onto the foul itself. He's still moving forwards. Contact's already been made right there. He's barely, I mean, he's just got a little foot out of bounds. I don't know if he loses his feet, gets his feet tangled, I don't know. And then that happens. So Murph, you made the call. What'd you have?
Had a late hit out of bounds.
We got something else here. What was the other foul?
I think it was a holding by the referee.
Rubius, get on. Ron, are you guys on? I'll start with the R. I just saw this flag, Ron. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ron.
You know, that's a weird call right there. You know, I mean, at that point, this guy's on his knees. Of course, the guy that's you know, challenging him or the one that's blocking him is twice his size. So, you know, I don't know if I'd call that or not. You know, that's one of those what ifs. You know, he's clearly overpowered the guy, and you know, I don't see him grabbing him or anything at that, you know, at the earlier part of the tackle. You know, I mean, yeah, he's got his hand up on his shoulder right there, but is he really grabbing him or is he just controlling him? Let's replay it again there. That looks good.
And 50 is pulling, and I think he gets a hand on this defender too to push him closer to the ground. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you, Ron. This would be a tough one. I mean, it doesn't look pretty, but I think he's already on his way down by the time the guy falls.
Yeah, that's one of those that measures a 10 on the weird shit-o-meter. Excuse me, folks. You know, because, you know, if they were tussling a little bit, you know, I could understand, but he kind of just overpowers him.
And then he tries to get up, and his legs are still tangled by the defender, looking like he's trying to do some shenanigans.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
yeah, it looks like he's just trying to get up.
Right. Right.
Good one, Don.
Going back to this play over here, I wish we had an end zone view, but we don't. I mean, he's really the receiver, the runner. Does he flatline? I mean, he doesn't really give himself up, and he's only got 1 foot out of bounds. So, Murph, when you made this call, did you feel that it was extra? Because I can't tell with these feet right here if his feet got tangled and it just was an extra a trip almost when the feet got tangled, but it's not a foul. So, what did you see in your eyes?
My eyes, I saw this extra action here when he, I guess, shoved the guy into the person, kind of.
So the initial contact you didn't have a problem with. It was the second action that you felt was the unnecessary?
Yes, sir.
Did their feet get tangled?
I really couldn't tell if they did or not.
Okay, that's fine. So did you go UNR? What did you do?
Yes.
Okay. Unnecessary roughness.
Yes, sir.
And what's he pointing at?
I think he's trying to get the ball, but we still got players over here on the sidelines.
Okay, this is a perfect segue into what I really wanted to talk about. Actually, let me undo that. This is perfect. Where'd it go? It's gone. Okay, so there's what, 23 yards between the two of you, Ryan? Your ball boy is right here for the deep wing. What I want to see and what you need to communicate with your ball boy going forward for all of our deep wings is you're going to plant this son of a gun right here in the middle of the two of you. Okay? You guys, as deep wings, should be putting your ball boy right about here. And I'm saying that because what's your action? Your action is generally always coming forward when the play is out of bounds. Okay? It's always coming forward. Ball outside the numbers. You're coming down the field. You're getting the ball from your ball boy that's here at this line. and I say this, you only get the ball after the players are separated and going their opposite directions. If you have to escort players out, you don't get the ball until you've escorted the players out. And we've got opposing players in the team area because we go all the way down to the 10 now. So on this particular play, L is there. F needs to come up field, get red out. We got 4 players for red. Umpire's coming over. He's doing what he needs to do. I guess CJ looks like he's looking this direction. But we got this guy right here trying to chase the ball boy that's on the track.
Yeah, Eric, let me inject something here. When you have that many people out of bounds, the R needs to get over there. His flag is on the ground. It's not going anywhere. He needs to haul to the sideline and help out, clean that up.
So my challenge to the deep wings is have a conversation with the ball boys and moving them up to split the difference between you and your line of scrimmage official. So that way, every time you move forward, you let the players clear, they go back to their huddle, and then you get the ball into the umpire that's busting his hump to come over and see you because he loves to see your face. Promise. Umpires love deep wings. They like to hug. You get so close.
Hey, Eric, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Start of the play. I know we look at film and, see what teams are playing. And when you have a team that throws the ball 90% of the time, it likes to throw anywhere from 20 to deep. I know part of the pregame we talked about the wings. I know they're supposed to be at 20 to 22 yards deep from the line of scrimmage, but I had got with my guys to get 25 deep because of the team that was playing. We got dinged for that. Is that wrong for doing that when you have a team that throws the ball 90% of the time? It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still 2022. It just means your guys are going to be working. They got to. It's a forceful 3-step drop to figure out what their receiver and what that tackle's doing.
Okay. I mean, we did it. I want to say a good 80% of the time. Most of the time they were 20 to 22, but I'd say maybe 20 out of 187 plays in the game. They were pretty deep at between 24 and 25. So
yeah.
We got dinged for that. So
yeah,
okay.
That pushes your back judge to 30 yards.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. I appreciate it.
Hey,
What else, Murph? That's good. What was the last one? 43?
This is probably the last one.
Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that play, one thing I noticed on these couple of these plays we've been showing here recently is, so on that play, goes out of bounds. I do see Murph do a quick stop the clock signal, like maybe cross his arms one time. I've never seen that guy help him shut the clock down ever. And I guess the S over there, he should also be helping shut that clock down too.
Agreed, especially when out of bounds. There's no doubt about it. Play up the middle. Maybe if it's on your hash, sure. But I will say that it's definitely a play out of bounds that he needs to be cutting it down. He needs to shut it down and look at the clock. Stop the clock, look at the clock. But, this is play 43, so maybe somebody have a conversation with the S. Or maybe his emotions have calmed down. Maybe his adrenaline is not as high. And he realized that I got a player out of bounds. And he's got players over here. There he is. Nice job. Now let's just do it on play 1. or two. Might be a little deep. Good job. Good job, Ev, for making that, thank you. For making that, the effort on 43 now. I just want to see you do it all the time. Got a little 5-man. Do we have time for 5-man? We got about 5 minutes. Any questions before I move on? Start with a little positivity here. Referees. 5-man mechanics. You got to come up and you got to get the forward progress. He stays on the line. He stays on the sideline and he runs upfield. And the film cuts it off, but I'm sure he squared it. Based on him running up the sideline, I'm sure he squared it. I doubt. Ken, did you have an L? Did you do an L? You square it off?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All too often, we're seeing referees doing some rounding and doing bananaing on the kickoff to get to that spot. Just get to the spot up the sideline. Okay?
Yeah, Eric, I try not to step on the field until I'm at the spot that I'm going in.
Okay. Go to this wide angle. Here's the player. He's right there. Ken, you guys are in the right position. I believe you're lining up for a field goal. At this point in time, I think you see him, but there's no substitution. Umpire doesn't move forward. He's not coming up here. 3 seconds on the clock. More than likely, had we done the appropriate subs mechanic, this would have been a delay game.
Yep.
Okay. So now we have a fire drill. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Where are we going? What are we doing? Head linesman. He's right here. We got players that are now starting to creep into the end zone. Do we know who's eligible and who's not? I hope that you guys discuss in this pregame or during, just before the kick, you're giving eligible numbers. So you know who's eligible and who's not. And we've got a play in the end zone, and the H is still standing on the line of scrimmage. And now he moves in and gives a touchdown signal from the 6, maybe the 7. I mean, I think we all know better than that. I don't think we really need to get into why this happened. I just think that we need to understand some responsibilities and realize that if we got a fire drill, who's got the goal line? Because the L and the B are under the goalposts. So Ken, when we talk, you and I'm glad Joe's on the call. When we talk about a fire situation with a field goal inside the 25, what are the responsibilities of the officials on the field to be able to go through this if we got a fire situation? Who has goal line in this situation? Is it only the H? Is
No, the
L
referee
supposed to break
have to
off
go.
from underneath the goalpost to get to the goal line? What are we supposed to do here?
Referees should go to the goal line also.
Okay. So on this particular play, then we're saying that the H and the referee should be on the goal line.
And I opted not to just because of the way the play went. Because me sprinting to the goal line would have taken my focus off of the play at hand. So even though that's where I should be, I felt like I was better able to officiate from there than trying to race to the goal line and then try to officiate it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, whatever you want to do. If you want to swing it
Well, you had a quarterback, or you had a thrower, a passer that was knocked down back here. So, I mean, you stood back, you did what you were supposed to do for back here. I just, from a five-man perspective, that H certainly needs to be on the goal line.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, I know that.
And technically I should be there too.
Okay.
The L needs to bust his tail to get to the pylon from the upright. And the H or the R, he needs to know where the quarterback is when the ball's released. Because who's going to have line of scrimmage? Who's going to have illegal pass?
They don't work on it. Yeah.
Right. It's a lot in this particular play of who's eligible, who's not. And, you know, at one point you got to see who's past the line. Who's got to get to the goal line. I mean, I like your idea, Greg. I like what you said as far as getting L getting to the goal line, and now he's just got to look all the way across the field. You got two different lines at play. Line of scrimmage. You got a first down. No, excuse me. First down because this is fourth down. You got a line of scrimmage. You got a first down, and you got the goal line. Lot to process. H has got to do progression. Line of scrimmage, first down, and then ultimately the goal line. And the L has just got to get to the pylon. I would think the L needs to get to the pylon. I think the R should be staying a little deeper and making sure that passer is protected until he can come back to the other 22 or the other 20 on the field.
Yeah, let me make a suggestion. I mean, a no-win situation on a play like this, unfortunately. But on a five-man crew, when your L, is under the goalpost, Ken, just as a suggestion, you're going to have to get a little wider. Normally in a seven-man crew, that's probably where I'd line up. But on a five-man crew, you're just going to have to get a little bit wider because you have that whole side of the field to protect. Because there's nobody there but you. You're the last line of defense. Now, I realize it's a busted play and everything went right, but for you to try and get to the goal line on that is going to be pretty hard. Your umpire obviously will be on the goal line at that point because let's just say we had a fumble and the guy ran it back, then we're in the same situation. There's nobody there to kind of, officiate that. So just food for thought. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Ron.
Yeah, so Ron, are you thinking all the way out here between the hash and the numbers?
Well, you're going to definitely be a little wider, than you normally would be. I normally are going to line between, I'm going to line up between the holder and the guy that's going to kick it. But I'm going to be a lot wider, than I normally would be because, again, this whole side of the field there's nobody there, So in a five-man crew, you definitely want to be a little bit wider, not so much deeper, but at least you got to get wider. Just because there's nobody there, you're the only guy that can rule on anything that goes to that side of the field.
We have about a minute until 6:30.
Thanks, Marv. Okay, guys, show Phil some love. He needs it. Otherwise, we'll see you soon. I haven't paid attention to anything in the chat. Hopefully somebody else has been monitoring that. If I find something that we need to get addressed, I'll reach out to you. Otherwise, Have a good evening. Have a great week on Friday. Well, so varsity and then varsity on Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So good luck. Have fun. We'll see you later.
All right.